everyone, not just city employees, but distinguished guests, SEIU representatives, Teamsters, all the people who helped us in this struggle for this historic day. We welcome you, we appreciate you, and we give thanks to the Almighty for getting us here today. On July 25th, 2022, almost 7 months ago, we were at City Hall celebrating the passing of the historic ordinance that gives us the right, our right, to unite together, build our union, and negotiate a binding contract for the changes we need on the JOB. Today we return to the same spot to celebrate once again. This time to announce that we have gathered overwhelming support from Richmond City employees, and we have filed for our union election. Today we have filed with the city indicating our support from city employees who have signed with SEIU, Virginia 512, and the Teamsters 322 to say today we are ready to take the next step, and that is to vote for our respective unions. Employees of the city of Richmond kept the city running. We do it every day. We don't have title as first responders, but we're on the JOB every day, on time, every time. We do the job. We help the people. We serve the citizens of this community. But yet, the city has not been so kind to me. 38 years, made under $20 an hour.
Woo! That's not right. That's not right. No.
I've worked part-time with another company. I'm making $18.50. The city of Richmond gives me $19.44 after 38 years. Does that sound right?
No!
No one seemed to care. But the Almighty has helped us to have SEIU and Teamster, and here we are today to stand up for our rights. A lot of our workers' work goes unnoticed or is underappreciated because it's largely invisible. We make sure libraries and community centers are accessible to the public. We work with community members in need of housing, social service. We work within the justice system to ensure supported integration in our communities. We serve as inspectors for safety of each community member. We maintain and serve the roads citizens drive on every day. And we also work behind the scenes to make sure that city services are accessible to Richmond City residents. We are honorable people. We try to serve the people, but unfortunately the city has not been so kind to us. And this is where we had to get something going. SEIU, kudos. They've worked with us over the months. So, today is the day. I call it Judgment Day. And it's not the one from the Maker, because that's a different story. And all of us have to go through that day. But this is Judgment Day for the city of Richmond. They have to take responsibility and accountability for how they treat the city of Richmond employees. The time is now, not next week, not last week, now.
Yeah.
We have to deal with the present because it will affect the future. I didn't work 3 jobs, 100 hours a week when I had 2 children in college at the same time. Not because I wanted to be away from home, but because I wanted to support them. 100 hours a week. 240, kept my city job, another 40, and a 20-hour week. Who works 100 hours a week? Unless you're crazy, but I was. But anyhow, we use our voices and collective power to win a collective bargaining ordinance. And now we are filing to win our union. We appreciate all the city council members who supported us. Reba, my girl, no disrespect. She fought. When I told her I was 73 at the time, and I worked 73 hours a week now, she was like, what? Are you crazy or something? But that's what I am doing, because I have a purpose. And as Bob Marley says, you have to stand for purpose. And as our famous person from Richmond, August Moon, used to say on his program, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. So today we are standing for purpose. We're not asking for no favors. We're not demanding anything. We're just standing for what we are entitled to. Anyhow, we have worked tirelessly to advocate for a collective bargaining ordinance that give us the right we need to improve our job, our lives, and public services of our community. Once we got the ordinance, we went right to work. By talking to our co-workers, which I do, texting, all kinds of stuff I do to get them motivated about joining our union so that we can get to the moment and file. Next, we will vote for our union. Please get your cards in. Don't wait to just get the paycheck. At least the least you can do is get your card in. It's important. So we're going to take our seat at the negotiation table and bargain our first contract. Today, we are not alone. We are honored to have workers from all over Richmond and across Virginia who are organizing to win their union or their union contract, and many of them are standing with us today in solidarity. This is what union is all about. Unite, work together for the common good. And because they're here, we want to show appreciation, respect. Thank you for coming. Virginia is for unions, and we won't stop until there are unions for all. Some of the groups who are here are Virginia Commonwealth University workers, home care workers, Fairfax County workers, Loudoun County workers, Starbucks workers, IBEW Local 666, UCW, CWA, and VCU Higher Education. Also Virginia AFL CIO and REA. Oh, there goes my speech. But we can carry on. That's fine. We can carry on. Thank you. There's one page missing. Thank you very much. Got it? Okay, that's the first page. All right. It's been a long, thank you. I might live first. It's been a long time coming, and I heard it was attempted a while back, but there's no time like the present time. And today is our time. God gave us this day. What are you going to do with it? Yes. City of Richmond employees, what are you going to do with this day? I don't hear you. What are you going to do with this day that He has given you? Stand up for your rights. If no one else understands what you're fighting for, you need to understand what you're fighting for. And if you understand your purpose, you got to go on. All right. It's many of us have been fighting for decades to win a union. Together we were able to repeal the ban on public sector collective bargaining in 2021. Since then, we won collective bargaining ordinances in Richmond, Fairfax County, Loudoun County, Prince William County, Alexandria, and Arlington. All workers, no matter who they are, or where they are, or their color, deserve the right to a union.
Yes.
Because union takes care of its members.
Yes.
You can take that to the bank. Take that to the bank. Okay. We know that collective bargaining is the best way to bring equity, fairness, and respect into the workplace. When we negotiate, we can close racial and gender pay gaps while raising standards for all workers. We can improve safety and accountability on work sites so everyone can return home safely after a hard day of labor. We can improve services for our community by bargaining for the common good. With collective bargaining, we will strengthen local economies and advance economic and racial justice throughout the community. We are the union. Together we can make Richmond City and the entire Virginia Commonwealth a place where all workers, their families, and our community can work, live, and thrive. Not just struggle, but thrive. I came to work for the city of Richmond in '85, and I was so happy. City of Richmond, I love you. That's what I used to say. My coworkers, what are you talking about? It was honorable to come and work for the city of Richmond. But they have not been so kind to me. What happened? Nobody cares. Thank God my Almighty cares. He gave me the strength to work a second job so I can supplement my income. But it's not fair. Anyhow, we are excited about this situation and about what is getting ready to happen. And everyone, continue your vision, your support, and let's do this. As Mike said, let's do it.
Yes! Yes!
All righty. Next.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I don't hear enough noise. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is a historical day for many reasons. For a long time, we as city workers and workers around the city of Richmond has been underpaid, not appreciated, but today is a historical day because we get one step closer to be able to sit down and talk with city council, our employers, and all of us together as SEIU 512 and the Teamsters 322, we all come together as one. I'd like to start off by saying thank you to Richmond and City Council for giving us to have this meeting. I also like to say where I work at, I work for DPW. Our director, Bobby Vincent, is a good man. He has done pretty much what he can do. He has implemented things such as hire within, and when he gets a chance, he tries to give us overtime because he knows the challenges that we have today are a lot because people are living from paycheck to paycheck. So I'm here today to say this. The mayor had a dream. He said we're supposed to be one city, our city. But today we're not one city, our city. I'm gonna say my statement today for y'all to think about this. Until we are together as one, we're not one city, our city. We are the other city. And what I mean by the other city is this. When you come to work and you work 80 hours and your health care is more than your net, that's the other city. When you come to work and you look around and you see your people retire and they have to come back as a temp worker, that's the other city. When you come around and come to work and you say, when am I going to get my bonus? And they come up with a reason why you can't get a bonus. That's the other city.
Yes.
When you have to commute and you can't live in the city that you work in, that's the other city.
Yes.
In closing, what I'm saying is this. In order for we can have the American dream, which our mayor said, one city, our city, we need to be able to have this voting process. We need to be able to sit down. We need to be able to sit down with the people that is going to make the decisions. We need to be able to have a voice and say, what? We need health care. We need this. We need this, better wages, all that. Also, we need that the goodness that has happened don't get forgotten. Have that be implemented into our contract. That means what? If someone else comes behind, it cannot be changed. I leave y'all with these words. Dr. King once said, we can fly the air like birds. We can swim the waters like fish. But we together cannot walk together as brothers and sisters. What I'm saying in closing, the way we will become brothers and sisters is when we have this union, and we can sit down with city council, when we can sit down with our managers, when we can sit down as a group and whole, as workers in everything, and we can voice our opinion, and people respect our viewpoints and say that what? We accept you. Now, you are a brother. We're going to give you this. We're going to allow this. Then we are one city, our city. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tyler Hoffman with Starbucks Workers United. I'm here first off to congratulate the Richmond City workers for filing for their union election and standing up for the rights that they deserve in the workplace. We've been fighting at Starbucks for over a year now just to get one bargaining session. And every step of the way, SEIU and our city's citizens have supported us in that fight. And I want to say that as your fellow working class brothers and sisters at Starbucks, we'll be here every step of the way for your battle until you get the rights that you deserve in the workplace. We're at a moment in history where people, not only in Virginia, but across the country, are realizing that they don't get the rights they deserve and need from their employers. And it's great to see the people that are the backbone of Richmond finally stand up and get the right to stand up to get what they deserve at work.
That's right.
Thank you for having me. I look forward to seeing you guys win your union election.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Charles Scully. I'm a proud Richmond resident and the business manager of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 666. We represent electricians in construction, plant maintenance, and campaign workers. We're over 1,400 workers in Central Virginia. I'm here today to stand in solidarity with the Richmond City workers specifically, and with all Richmond area workers seeking representation in their workplace. Richmond is a union town. Local 666 is one of many groups that work to secure the historic legislation enabling bargaining for Richmond City workers that fortunately was passed in the General Assembly. We further stood in support of the Richmond workers in passing the Richmond City Ordinance last year, allowing the process to start that brings us here on this great day. Every worker deserves the opportunity to be represented by a union. As a local leader, local labor leader, and city resident, I stand here today in support of these workers that make our city great each and every day. Congratulations to these workers. Go get them.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
I appreciate this opportunity to speak to you all today. My name is Patrick Olivier. I work for Epps Transport Systems. I'm a truck driver. I'm a Teamster member of the Local 322 right here in Richmond. Go Teamsters! I am here to congratulate and appreciate the workers of this great city. The capital city will shine as a beacon will be an example to the rest of the state, and I say the rest of the nation, that union workers are your best workers. My story started a little bit a year and a half ago or so. My company is now a union shop. Thank you to the Teamsters. We're watching prices go up. We're watching everything go up in our paychecks.
That's right.
We had a letter go up the chain of command to our corporate office that went unheard. I got introduced to the Teamsters, 322 in Richmond. The difference it has made, the difference this family has made is tremendous. Tremendous. We have got raises in pay with a schedule of raises through the contract. As by the time it ends, we will make more than in history at my workplace. Other benefits, when shutdowns occur, we get paid. Due to no fault of our own, we can't work. Why should we suffer for that? We didn't have sick days, we have sick days. We're not asking for wealth, fame, and fortune. We're asking for things that we need and deserve. Workers in the city of Richmond, you do the job with boots on the ground that attract businesses to come here, that attract families like mine to raise in the greater Richmond area, travelers to come here to spend their hard-earned money. I'm one of you. And as a representative of unions and the Teamsters, the 322, along with our other union comrades here, we stand by you, and we will not leave you. That's right. Union for all. Thank you. Go Teamsters.
Let me hear a round of applause for Richmond City workers. My name is Kristen Reed. I'm a faculty member at Virginia Commonwealth University, and I'm a proud member of United Campus Workers of Virginia, CWA Local 2265. So I'm a teacher at a public institution at a moment in our history in Virginia and across the country where we're being told we need to be careful how we teach Black history. So that's right, boo. So I just want to say, there is no better way to celebrate Black history than to stand here today with Richmond City workers as they fight to take back the right to bargain collectively on the job for every worker in this city. The labor movement, the history of the labor movement is the history of civil rights struggle in the United States. Richmond City workers, that is your history here today. I could not be prouder to be a Richmonder right now. Richmond is for unions. Virginia is for unions. And all of us are here to say that we are not going to stop until every worker in this state, public sector, private sector, has a union fighting for their rights every day on the job. Congratulations, Richmond City workers.
So good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Doris Krause-Mays, and I'm president of the Virginia AFL-CIO. And the Virginia AFL-CIO represents all workers in the state of Virginia. And I'm here to tell you that the Virginia AFL-CIO will always stand with you. I want to congratulate the workers for all your hard work and everything that you've done. And you need to know just how historic today is. I have lived in Virginia all my life, and I have seen the state of Virginia transform into a place that is union for all. And we're not going to stop until every worker who wants a union can have one.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Because it is just remember, you have got to vote. So get out there and vote. And your strength is just great. And I love each and every one of you. So thank you, and we will always stand together. Thank you. Oh my goodness, I cannot follow that one. Oh my goodness, let me say this. My name is Reba Trammell. I'm the city council person for the 8th district in the city of Richmond. I have seen so many changes since 1998. And believe me, in 1998, I was fighting behind the scenes for the union to come into the city hall. I was told, you better not do that again. We don't want to hear no word of a union at the city hall. So guess what I had to do? I had to back off because I didn't want to see my people lose their jobs here, because they knew who was talking to me, they knew who was calling me, and they knew where we were meeting over there in my neighborhood on a vacant field. Now, I'm not going to call no names out because some of you are here. But anyway, we did not give up. We did not give up, and here we are. This is a proud moment in my time being on city council, to be able to stand here and say that when you fight for something that you believe in, it's well worth it.
Yes.
This is a moment in time that will be in my heart forever and ever and ever. I will never forget this. And also my colleague, Kristen Knott, who did not give up. She and everybody, Brian and Ron, all of you, everybody, David, all of my people here. I mean, y'all have touched my heart today. And this is, like I said, we're not going to stop here. We're going to make sure this follows through. We're going to make sure that you all get what you deserve. Because like I said, for too long, so many years, the workers have been neglected, forgotten, and just pushed aside. Because you know what they always said? If you leave it alone, it'll go away. Leave it alone, it'll go away. But guess what? They're not my words. We're not going away. We're not going away. God bless all of you, and thank you, thank you. Do this fall. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Kristen Nye. I'm the 4th District City Council rep. First, I want to start out. I think we need to thank the General Assembly, because without them, we wouldn't have had the right to do this. And Reba and I wouldn't have had any authority to introduce legislation to make this happen for you all. So I am grateful to them. Secondly, I have to thank SEIU, Teamsters, all the other unions. I think a lot of you know, because I recognize a lot of faces, that behind the scenes, we worked on this for 8+ months. It was like birthing a baby, and you know, we finally got to that point in July where we had the baby, and now we're trying to raise it and do all the things. So I am so grateful for everybody who came to the table, and it was such a cooperative experience. And to all of you who came down all these nights at City Hall, left your families at home, and sat in the audience to hang out with Reba and myself, to share your stories, that was extremely moving and just so different. I've been in public office for 10 years, which is nothing compared to Reba, but to hear and connect with our workers and hear some of the struggles you all have been through really meant a lot to me. So thank you for helping us do the work that we needed to do, and for supporting us on this journey. And lastly, I'm excited to support everybody here who works for the city of Richmond and in the city who is unionizing. But more, we really want to create the city of Richmond to make it a workplace of choice. We get phone calls daily about services that our constituents need. And you all need to be proud of the place where you work. And you need to be compensated fairly. And we want to retain you and attract new workers and give you a seat at the table so that everybody is starting from the same place. So congratulations. We're excited for this journey, and thank you so much for inviting me today.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. All right, everyone. Are you ready? I don't hear you. Let's do this. We thank everyone who showed up, took the stand. We appreciate everyone. And it's not over until it's done. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone that came out in support. Thank everyone that put in the tireless effort to make this day special and make this day a historic day. But in order to make this day a historic day, we, the city of Richmond, we all need to go out there and vote. Vote union yes. If we're not going to vote union yes, then that means this day was done for nothing. So when y'all are sitting back at home, think about what? Vote union yes, because what we leave behind, we're leaving a legacy for the next generation and the generation to come. Thank you.